The trailer immediately immerses us in a world where every gesture and every word carries weight. From the very first lines of Lady Whistledown's narration, the tone is set. There are moments in life where decisions define who we are and what we become. These words hang over Benedict and Sophie like a shadow, reflecting exactly the precarious position they find themselves in. Benedict, having made the devastating decision to ask Sophie to be his mistress, is now confronted by the consequences of his choice. For Sophie, the offer represents more than heartbreak. It's a reminder of a life where she is forced to exist in secrecy, hidden from the world, denied the love she deserves. Her refusal to respond to Benedict's letter isn't a rejection of him, but a declaration of her self-respect. It's a statement that love cannot come at the cost of dignity, that she refuses to be invisible again. And Benedict, torn between the rules of society and the desire of his heart, stands at a crossroads that threatens not just his happiness, but the stability of the entire Bridgerton family. The trailer carefully captures this tension, showing Benedict's inner turmoil in every movement and glance. His words, "How else am I to be with a woman society has made impossible for me to choose?" reveal a man deeply conflicted, struggling to reconcile love and duty, desire and decorum. Colin's advice to him, urging courage and honesty, is more than guidance. It's a challenge, a mirror reflecting what Benedict must do if he hopes to claim a life with Sophie without betrayal. The emotional weight is amplified as Sophie confronts Benedict, questioning how often he thinks of her, exposing the imbalance between his freedom to act and her constant need to survive. The trailer doesn't rush this confrontation. Every moment lingers, allowing the audience to feel the sting of Sophie's pain, the intensity of Benedict's longing, and the social forces that threaten to crush their love. Lady Whistledown's narration punctuates these moments, emphasizing the impossible nature of desire when worlds collide and rules of class demand obedience. The trailer goes beyond romance, highlighting the social hierarchy and expectations that weigh heavily on every character. Anthony's warnings and the subtle tensions with Kate and other family members underscore how deeply entrenched societal norms are, framing Benedict's choice as not just a personal struggle, but a rebellion against the very fabric of their world. Sophie's past, tied to Lady Penwood and her life in servitude, resurfaces in quiet moments, reminding viewers that love in this world comes at a cost far greater than scandal. It's a challenge to survival itself. The trailer paints Sophie as a woman no longer willing to accept half measures or hidden love. Her pain, her strength, and her demand for complete honesty make her the emotional center of the narrative, forcing Benedict and the audience to confront the reality that love without respect is not enough. At the same time, Benedict's journey is deeply human. He is no longer the charming, carefree gentleman of earlier seasons. The trailer shows him grappling with privilege, duty, and the cost of rebellion. Every line of dialogue, every look exchanged with Sophie, every moment of hesitation reflects the gravity of the decisions before him. His conflict is not theoretical. It's embodied in the very way he moves through the world, hesitant yet determined, aware that every step towards Sophie risks not just his family's reputation, but the very life he's always known. The trailer's tension escalates as fleeting moments of intimacy are juxtaposed with the harsh realities of the world they live in. The audience is left on edge, feeling the fragile balance between love and societal pressure, and understanding that even the smallest misstep could shatter everything. By the end of this first section, the tone is unmistakable. This is no longer a tale of quiet longing. It is a high-stakes battle of heart versus world, of desire against convention, and every scene in the trailer is meticulously designed to show that Benedict and Sophie's love, while profound, exists under a constant, unrelenting threat. Each glance and dialogue snippet is a ticking clock, counting down to decisions that will ripple through the lives of everyone in the Bridgerton family. And the emotional tension is crafted so that the viewer cannot help but feel that the coming episodes will demand bravery, sacrifice, and perhaps heartbreak. The trailer sets the stage for an unforgettable journey, making it clear that nothing about this love story will be easy, safe, or conventional, and that the audience is about to witness Benedict and Sophie's biggest test. Yet as the trailer unfolds further, the stakes become undeniably personal. Benedict's internal struggle intensifies, and the audience is pulled deeper into the tangled web of emotions and societal pressures that define his world. Every step he takes towards Sophie is shadowed by whispers of judgment, by the ever-present reminder of the rigid class system that threatens to crush their love. Sophie's pain remains the emotional anchor, her words cutting through Benedict's charm and forcing him to confront a truth he cannot escape. Love alone does not erase the consequences of defiance. She has already endured a life where her worth was measured by servitude, where affection was conditional, and where society dictated that she must remain unseen. Now, faced with Benedict's impossible proposition, she is presented with a choice that echoes the injustices of her past. Every line she speaks in the trailer, whether questioning his consideration for her feelings or asserting her refusal to live as a hidden mistress, resonates with clarity, making it impossible to ignore the depth of her resolve. Benedict's journey is equally gripping. The trailer captures the moments where his confident exterior cracks, revealing a man grappling not just with love, but with identity, privilege, and the heavy weight of family expectation. His heart is unequivocally Sophie's, yet every decision to approach her openly comes with a price, a risk not just to himself, but to the stability and reputation of the Bridgerton household. Anthony's cautionary words linger in the air. Love, no matter how profound, must contend with duty. The tension between heart and obligation is central to this part of the story, and the trailer makes it clear that this is no simple choice. Benedict's hesitation is visceral, palpable, and the trailer emphasizes the human cost of defying society's rules. The presence of Kate Shirama adds another layer to this tension, reminding Benedict that navigating love and societal expectation is never a solitary endeavor. Each moment of dialogue, each pause and glance reinforces the idea that this is a story where love is inseparable from consequence, where passion is inseparable from danger. The trailer intensifies as Sophie's past begins to intersect with the present, particularly through the subtle hints surrounding Lady Penwood and Sophie's history of servitude. The narrative weaves a reminder that Sophie's life has never been free from restriction, that every choice she makes is influenced by the lingering chains of an oppressive society. Her demand for authenticity in love is not vanity, it is survival, it is a claim to agency, and it elevates the stakes far beyond a typical romantic dilemma. Meanwhile, Benedict's private torment is brought to life through moments of introspection, small gestures, and the unmistakable tension in his interactions with Sophie. He questions how to navigate a world that refuses to bend for love, where every action is scrutinized, and where a single misstep could unravel the delicate balance between desire and duty. The trailer captures the essence of this conflict with precision, building suspense as viewers are made to feel the weight of every decision alongside him. And yet, amidst the tension, there are fleeting glimpses of hope, moments where Benedict's courage shines, where he begins to bridge the chasm between what society expects and what his heart demands. These moments are tender, brief, and yet deeply significant. The audience senses that love, while threatened, is far from defeated. The trailer also highlights parallel narratives that reflect and amplify the central conflict. Francesca Bridgerton's storyline emerges subtly, mirroring the challenges faced by Benedict and Sophie. Her pursuit of love in a society that refuses to accept unconventional choices underscores the season's thematic heartbeat. Love is never simple, and those who seek it must confront forces far larger than themselves. The juxtaposition of multiple characters navigating societal expectation, desire, and personal courage deepens the tension, reinforcing that the consequences of choice ripple outward, affecting lives beyond the immediate romance. By this point in the trailer, the emotional stakes have shifted from private longing to public reckoning. Benedict and Sophie's love is no longer a quiet defiance, it is an open challenge to a world determined to separate them. Every word, every glance, every gesture is laden with meaning, forcing viewers to feel the weight of the societal rules that govern their world and the personal sacrifices they demand. The trailer crafts a sense of inevitability, as if the audience is watching a clock tick toward a moment of irrevocable decision. The tension is both external and internal. Externally, there is society, family, and history pressing down on the lovers. Internally, there is doubt, guilt, and fear threatening to derail them. This duality makes every moment charged, suspenseful, and utterly compelling. By the end of Section 2, it is clear that Bridgerton Season 4 Part 2 is not merely continuing a romance, it is escalating a battle of hearts against a world that refuses compromise. Benedict and Sophie's love is tested not only by emotion, but by circumstance, expectation, and the stark realities of life within high society. The trailer positions the audience to understand that every small victory will be hard-fought, every tender moment temporary, and every choice consequential. It is an intricate dance between hope and danger, between desire and duty, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats, desperate to see if love can truly survive when standing alone against a world determined to keep it apart. The suspense is relentless, the stakes monumental, and the emotional resonance undeniable. Section 2 leaves no doubt that Benedict and Sophie's journey will define not just this part of the season, but the very heart of Bridgerton itself. The tension reaches a boiling point as the trailer shifts focus to the delicate balance between desire and societal expectation. Benedict's struggle is no longer just internal, it has become a public battle. Every action, every word, every interaction with Sophie is a careful negotiation between what he wants and what the rigid world around him allows. The trailer emphasizes this duality with a deliberate pacing that forces viewers to feel the weight of each decision. Benedict's love for Sophie is undeniable, yet the reality of their circumstances cannot be ignored. Lines like, "I cannot love a maid, and yet you have taken possession of me," resonate not just as declarations of passion, but as confessions of a man caught between heart and duty, trapped by the invisible chains of high society's expectations. Sophie's response is equally piercing. She does not waver, she does not plead. She asserts herself, demanding to be loved fully, openly, and without compromise. The trailer repeatedly emphasizes that Sophie is not merely a passive figure in this story. Her strength, her clarity, and her courage define the emotional core of the season. She refuses to allow Benedict's love to exist in secret, as though privacy alone could erase the injustices of her past. And in this insistence, the trailer builds tension, reminding viewers that every step toward each other is fraught with risk. The societal backdrop is relentless. Anthony's warnings, Kate's cautious guidance, and the subtle but ever-present pressures of reputation and legacy form a pressure cooker around Benedict and Sophie. Every intimate moment is shadowed by the threat of scandal. Every declaration of love met with the invisible weight of social rules designed to keep them apart. The trailer does not shy away from this tension, it amplifies it. As Benedict hesitates, as Sophie confronts him, viewers are made acutely aware that love in this world is not only a personal struggle, it is a public act of rebellion. Lady Whistledown's voice cuts through this tension, reminding us that desire alone cannot bridge worlds. For beings from opposing worlds, desire is not the problem. The world itself is, she intones, and the simplicity of that statement belies its power. It underscores that the conflict is larger than either of them, that their love is a test of courage against a society that refuses compromise. The trailer carefully intertwines these high-stakes moments with glimpses of tenderness, moments of hope that are fleeting but vital. Benedict's small gestures towards Sophie, his moments of vulnerability, are contrasted against the cold, unyielding structures of family duty and social expectation. The tension is heightened because the audience senses that any joy, any victory, will be temporary. Nothing in this world is secure, nothing is promised, and every choice carries the risk of irreversible consequence. The trailer also subtly reminds viewers of the wider implications of Benedict and Sophie's decisions. The ripple effects of defying society extend beyond the immediate couple. The family, friends, and even rivals are implicated, caught in the shockwaves of a love that refuses to be contained. Anthony's voice, measured and cautious, continually frames these stakes, showing that the consequences of rebellion are not theoretical, they are real, tangible, and potentially devastating. Sophie's past, intertwined with Lady Penwood and the shadow of servitude, continues to loom over her, reinforcing that her fight is about more than romance, it is about survival, autonomy, and justice. The trailer crafts Sophie as a figure of quiet but unyielding power. She is not waiting to be rescued, she is demanding recognition, insisting that love must honor. Every moment she appears on screen emphasizes that she is as much a force as Benedict, and the narrative is clear. Their love is a partnership built on mutual respect and shared courage. As the trailer progresses, the tension reaches new heights, with brief, almost fleeting flashes of intimacy. These moments are heavy with meaning, suggesting that while the world may conspire against them, there is a bond that cannot be broken. Yet even in these moments, the threat of exposure looms. The audience is reminded that happiness, however sincere, exists under constant threat. The trailer's pacing, careful and deliberate, mirrors the emotional journey of the characters. There is no rush to resolution. Each beat is drawn out, allowing the weight of societal expectation, personal sacrifice, and emotional vulnerability to sink in. Viewers are left on edge, their anticipation building with every word, every glance, and every unspoken tension. By the end of this section, it is evident that Bridgerton Season 4 Part 2 is not just a story of romance. It is a study of courage under pressure, a depiction of love that must confront the relentless rigidity of a world unwilling to bend. Benedict and Sophie's relationship is positioned as the fulcrum upon which the season turns, a delicate balance between desire and consequence, passion and prudence. The trailer masterfully conveys that every choice will matter, that every step forward is a risk, and that love, while powerful, is never easy in a world designed to test it at every turn. Section 3 leaves viewers with a sense of urgency, a deep emotional investment, and the unshakable feeling that the trials Benedict and Sophie face will define not only their story, but the entire season. The stakes are monumental, the suspense unrelenting, and the emotional payoff is promised to be as breathtaking as it is heartbreaking. The trailer intensifies as the narrative expands beyond Benedict and Sophie, showing that the consequences of love in this world are never isolated. The pressure isn't just emotional, it's societal, familial, and immediate. Benedict's every decision threatens to unravel the carefully maintained structure of the Bridgerton family, and the trailer emphasizes this by threading tension through subtle moments of interaction with Anthony, Kate, and Violet. Anthony embodies duty, responsibility, and the weight of legacy. His warnings are not cruel. They are grounded in lived experience, the knowledge that scandal in high society is more than gossip. It can destroy fortunes, reputations, and lives. Kate's presence reinforces this tension, her careful attention to Benedict serving as a constant reminder that desire alone cannot shield him from the consequences of defiance. Violet's voice cuts sharply through the trailer, her words about sacrifice and permanence ringing louder than any romantic declaration. "There is one sacrifice you will have to make," she warns. And in that moment, the viewer feels the enormity of the stakes. Every relationship in the Bridgerton world is entwined, and the trailer makes it clear that love cannot exist in a vacuum. Sophie